Okay, I'm back. So you have independent clause, dependent clause, ICDC, period, no comma in this pattern. If you switch DC and put it at the beginning of the sentence, it's going to look like this: DC, comma, IC, period. So let's look at an example of this, okay? So when you want to what's called subordinate a sentence, you are putting a dependent clause into the sentence. Okay, so Allie eats bananas. She also eats apples. So now I'm going to switch up the meaning of this sentence a little bit. So, one second. Okay, so if I want to create a compound sentence, a complex sentence, I'm going to use what's called one of these subordinating conjunctions. Okay, so I'm going to use a word, one of these Awubis words, or one of the Swabi words, which they're the same words. It's just a different way to remember them. So when Allie eats fruit, comma, she prefers, oh, God bless you. She prefers apples and bananas. So this is the independent clause. And when Allie eats fruit is the dependent clause. Now, I can take this and move it around, okay? So let's say if I want to take this dependent clause and put it at the end of the sentence, it would look like this. Now notice the word she doesn't make much sense here. Now I should switch she and Allie around and lowercase my w for when. So now I'm going to say Allie prefers apples and bananas when she eats fruit. Period. Okay. That's your IC DC sentence structure. Allie prefers apples and bananas. You could put a period there, right? It's a complete sentence, but you want to say when she eats fruit. So there's your subordination. Okay. So now I'm going to take this IC-DC pattern and change it into DC, IC. So here is the DC, IC pattern. I take that, put it in the beginning, capitalize the W. Again, switch the names around so you get the name of the person first, and then the pronoun second. So when Allie eats fruit, comma, she prefers apples and bananas. Period. Okay? So that's your complex sentence structure. IC-DC period or DC, comma, IC. Anytime you start your sentence with one of the Swabi or Awubis words, anytime you start with a subordinating conjunction, you need a comma after that clause. So the trick is identify the subject of the sentence. In this case, yes, it's about Allie, but the subject is technically the pronoun she, referring to Allie. Okay? Because who is the one who prefers apples and bananas? She is. So she is the pronoun subject. So back up top, when I kind of talked about for a little pronoun and subject, she is the subject of this sentence. Okay, so don't be confused. Anytime you have a subject within a dependent clause, it's never going to be the subject of the sentence. It might be what the sentence is about or who the sentence is about. But when you're identifying the subject of a sentence, you have to look at who is doing the action. Okay, so yes, it's about Allie, but she, the pronoun she, is the subject of the sentence. Okay, so now it's compound complex, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Any combination of these four sentence structures. Okay, so you could have IC semicolon IC-DC period. You could have IC, comma, fanboys, IC-DC. You could have IC semicolon DC, comma, IC. Or you could have IC, comma, fanboys, DC, comma, IC, period. Now you could also have really any combination of these four switched around. Okay. So I'm going to join two of these right now. So I'm going to say Allie eats bananas, semicolon. When we are out of bananas, she prefers apples, period. So now you have independent clause, semicolon. So that's like this one. And then you have DC, comma, IC. And that is this one. So really you have this sentence structure right here. Okay. So that's a nice way to add length to your sentences. Use compound complex sentence structure. So if you have a longer sentence structure, you want to follow that one up, usually with a short, powerful sentence, like a one-word sentence or two-word or three, but keep it short and sweet. That way it helps the reader really focus on those 2 or 3 words.